Hey guys, it's Razorquake back with another Transformers review, and today we are taking a look at the Transformers The Last Night Leader Class Optimus Prime, the Hasbro version. So, yeah. Long overdue for an Optimus Prime review, but hey, we gotta start somewhere. And, yeah, I like this guy a lot. Yeah. So, yeah. Originally, I wasn't gonna pick this up because of the Age of Extinction version of him, and I do not like the Age of Extinction version at all because I just didn't like the paint job on it, and it was just kind of bad. So, yeah. But I do like this guy a lot. It's just the paint job makes him shine. Now, moving on with the head sculpt. Very nice head sculpt. Oh, you know what? It's his head sculpt. Very nice head sculpt. Very Last Night Optimus-like. We got silver painted face, silver painted crest, and blue eyes. And this is not like the Takara version doesn't have the swapping face gimmick. Which, that's one of... Well, I do want the Takara version because of how accurate that one is and how much better paint job this is, but this one's a really good paint job. And it has the face swapping gimmick too. Okay, now. Moving down. We got his arms. Now, he has the big shoulder pads, which are separate parts. We got his arms here. We got his shoulders, which are blue. We got his biceps, which are gray. And also, there's also, like, you'll notice, like, in this, like, right here, there's some battle weathering on him. That's not from me, that's actually how the figure's painted. Like, there's actual, battle weather on him. You'll notice that throughout the figure. Gray biceps and red arms. Now, moving on to the chest, we got, this is more accurate to the Rise of the Dark Spark game, which I do have, and I will be doing a walkthrough of that once I start doing gaming stuff. We got red chest pieces, and blue chest pieces here. We got the battle weathering that I was talking about earlier on both sides of the chest. We got red here, and moving on to the waist area. Crotch plate, gray on the legs, and, well, thigh area, he has gray on the legs, and legs blue with some silver and red flimps on the wheel well, and his feet are gray. Now, for his accessories, we have his sword. I hated the way the sword looked before, because it was like this really ugly yellow on the Age of Extinction version with red. The red I didn't mind too much, because, I mean, I love red. But this one looks so good. We got, like, a smoky gray plastic for the blade and the hilt. And we got some blue, really nice blue paint for this piece here. I really like the way that looks. And then we have his shield. I actually do like the Age of Extinction paint job a bit better on this because it had some red in there. This one's just gray, but I'm not too bothered. There's some really nice detail in here too, like you can see some really nice details on there, and we got the gun barrel here. Yeah. And for comparison, I don't actually have a figure here to compare him to, but so, well, we're gonna compare him to the Titan series Clone Trooper from episode 2, the Phase 1 Clone Trooper. And yeah, you can definitely tell that, yeah, he's definitely shorter than the Titan Clone Trooper. This is the only figure I really had to compare him to at the time, so yeah. That's the comparison for today. Still remember the Easter puppy. I'm amazed no one's questioned me on that. Oh, and he can hold his weapons. Open his fingers up, and that's his sword. And one thing to mention, you cannot put the shield on this arm because there's no port on this arm. It's meant to go on this arm. Just so to get that on, you have to move the shoulder pad out of the way. And then there's a peg right there, and it goes into that. port. Yeah. Here is him all armed up. I do like this look a lot. This is how I display him, so. He gets weapons out of his... Take the weapons off him so I can actually show off the articulation. If I can get the shield off, because the shield doesn't want to come off. There we go. Now, articulation. His head on a ball joint so it can move up that far, down that far, and his head can move left and right. It can only go about that far because his collar pieces get in the way. And yeah. And it can wiggle waggle, so yeah. And arms. His shoulder pads move around. And for his arms, they move up that far. And, well, they can actually do a full 360, so. He's actually meant to be like that, because that's how his arms are supposed to peg in, but for really articulation, I recommend unpegging the arms from the spots they're in, so yeah. Then moving down, his crotch is articulated. Don't judge, please. Please don't judge me. Oh yeah. One thing else for the arms is he has elbow joint right there, and his finger moves in his hand, so you can put the sword in his hand. The sword fits in both hands, by the way. So, moving on, his legs can move. The legs can move up that far, and they cannot move back due to the amount of junk on the back on him. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention with the sword. There's a thing on his back right here. This is where the sword stores. You can put the sword into his back. So yeah, you got a storage option, which I really like the way you can store that. Because that's actually how a knight would store a sword, and that was like that on the Takara version and the Age of Extinction one. So, yeah. That's one thing to point out. He has knee bend. About that much knee bend. And he has, thigh rotation. Oh, and he has, bicep swivel, so. If you guys hear anything in the background, it's my Xbox that's going. Just heads up if you hear anything in the back. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on to transformation. Okay, so pretty much you want to take his side skirts here. Well, obviously move his arms out of the way. Want to move these out of the way and hinge them back. I'm going to do that on this side just in case you didn't actually see that. Move his legs forward and then hinge those back. And also, one thing to point out, this leg isn't as good of a ratchet joint as this one is. Yeah. Now that you've done that, oh crap, no, the backpack's coming undone. We don't want it to come undone just yet. Next up, you wanna pull his chest up, not too far, and peg these two pieces together, and then push his head down. Oh, next, and then you want to rotate the waist. I didn't show this in articulation because this is for transformation. Flip in the foot. And yeah. Next thing you want to do. So move the legs up. Wait, spin the wheel. Kind of squeaky on that side, but yeah. Then rotate this whole section around. And that's pretty much how you want. I'm just gonna do it on the other side to make things easier. Also, while I'm at it, that Ratchet review is actually doing really, really well. Despite the fact that that was actually my first video, and that video is actually doing really well. So thanks to you guys for that. And now, move the crotch piece up. The arms, you want to kind of like... Oh, actually, no, we'll get to the arms later. Yeah, this is pretty much how you want the legs. Arms, you want to push that in, rotate them down, and yeah, pretty much. Okay, you know what? How do you? I'm struggling here. Actually, I haven't transformed this guy in a little bit. Okay, here we go. You want to rotate the grill piece around and flip it down, like that. Other side. It's definitely going to be one of my longer reviews since this is a bigger figure and there's more stuff to cover on here. It'll be much longer than 14 minutes, that's for sure. And then, now that you've done that, you want to... Well, you gotta peg it. Well, you gotta push the legs together, if you can. You gotta make sure everything's lined up. And I think I got it. Yeah, you want is that like that. You gotta move the skirt pieces out of the way, and with the arms here, swivel them around, do that, and do that, pretty much. Do that to the other side. Even though the other arm may be different, the transformation is not different on both sides. It's just there's a bit different molding on one of the arms. That's really about it. Got to close my door, but whatever. Next thing to do, you want to extend this piece up, this part up, to make the whole back portion of the truck. Swing this whole piece down. And then and then there's like a little hook tab that hooks onto that. It does that on both sides. If I can do it. There we go. Then, next thing you want to do, well, obviously you want to push that down. Then you want to bring this whole side up here and tab that in like that. Same thing with the other side. And one thing I really like, this part swings, so like you can make the side skirts look good. And then you can't really see the panel line very well because they try to make that blend in because they had like a line here on the actual truck. So the lines here are actually kind of accurate, at least in truck mode. Oh my god, there we go. Transform him right. Sometimes you might struggle with having this segment in, but that's because of the fact that sometimes his arms might be put in the wrong spot. I think I might have actually done. No, I think we're good. There we go. And then this whole part swings down. Push that into place, and then there are these two tabs that go into two little slots. You want to push that down. Kind of tricky to do, but you want to push it down. You gotta put some force into it. It can kind of dislodge things. Yeah. Want it like that. Oh, and this piece right here, you want to fold that up and all the way up, and then swing this whole segment down and tab it in like that. So yeah. And then you can put the sword underneath his vehicle mode for storage. And here we have Optimus in his truck mode. This is a Western Star truck. So yeah. This is truck mode, a really nice and very movie accurate truck mode. And also, before anyone asks, no, I don't have the Voyager one. That is one that I definitely want. I'm definitely hunting that one down. Yeah. Pretty much we got very Optimus-looking truck mode of red and blue truck, pretty much. Starting with the front, gray, pretty much a drab gray grill, and if you look closely, there's a molded in Autobot symbol there. We got on the top, we got some blue flames with some red. The top, we got we also have like a smoky black windshield with some silver on the top, and the whole top of the truck is blue. And moving on to the back, we have the exhaust pipes with pretty much the back being blue. And yeah, moving on to the side, well, we got and the headlights are not painted, so yeah. We got gray rims. We got some more blue flames which transition into red flames. And then we move on to some more blue. We got a nice Autobot symbol there. We got like the gray gas cans here. We got another blue one here. I don't understand what that's about. Gray rims over here, and we got the Western Star logo here. And the wheels are like a rubbery plastic. They're not just straight. They're definitely not straight up plastic, and they're not straight up rubber. Yeah. And we got the exhaust pipe back there, and we got the back plate here. So yeah. Oh yeah. We got the vent. We got a silver vent here. Just now realized that. And underneath, we have his whole legs here, along with his arms. Everything actually hides really well in vehicle mode. Not as well as the Masterpiece Optimus, though. Like the G1 version, like everything hides so incredibly well. The only thing that doesn't really hide is his little bicep there. Like, if you kind of see it right there, like, right there, like right below that red flame there, you can kind of see his bicep joint there. That's really about all the robot parts that show up, really. Oh, one thing I forgot to point out. If you look very closely into the wheels, there is a molded-in Autobot logo, and that's on all of them. So, yeah. Now, the question is here. Do you get this guy? Well, yeah, this is pretty much about it for the review, by the way. So, question is, do you buy this guy if you already have the Age of Extinction version? Yes, this is a definite improvement over that original one. Oh, wait, one more thing. The shield pegs into the trailer hitch right here. I don't necessarily display it like that, but whatever. Anyway, this is a definite improvement. If you don't have the Age of Extinction Leader Class Optimus, I don't recommend getting that because I just don't like the way that looks at all. This is a definite improvement. The paint job, the details, it's beautiful. I really like this. Yeah. So, I say pick this guy up. I highly recommend him. He's awesome. There's definitely problems such as the humongous backpack in robot mode, but this guy is pretty fun to mess around with in so many different ways. So, yeah. Well, hope you guys enjoyed.